thing, and I want to test with you, is paragraph 2 as couched, which speaks of involvement of these high-ranking police officials in the manipulation of promotional and security vetting processes to unduly benefit a civilian person. My reading of that is that it speaks to potential criminal activity. Would you agree with me? Or?
That's correct.
Then I go to paragraph 3. Paragraph 3 speaks to highly skilled and qualified senior police officers who applied for the post being overlooked by the CI management who favored Mrs. Mokwele over them.
Correct.
Now, I analyze that to be definitely not criminal, based on the facts stated there. It sounds more like a HR complaint. Would you agree with me, or do you consider those allegations to point to criminal conduct?
Yes.
Please.
Oh, I wanted you to please start because you spoke over each other.
Okay, we are now in paragraph 3. So we have agreed as to the allegations in 2, what they potentially point to. Yes. So I say, from what's in 2, that points to potential criminal conduct.
That's correct, Chair.
Okay, then I turn my attention to paragraph 3, and I say, the deponent states that he was informed that there were several highly skilled and qualified senior police officers who applied for the post but were overlooked by the management who favored Mrs. Mokwele over them. Full stop. Now, I say my interpretation of that is this particular paragraph speaks more to HR issues regarding promotions and appointments and does not suggest any criminal conduct as worded. And I'm checking whether that's your understanding, or do you see criminal conduct in paragraph 3?
When you look at paragraph 3 in isolation, it talks about, it's like an HR, somebody that didn't get promoted or was overlooked for promotion. Paragraph 3 only.
Yes.
But when you take paragraph 2 and paragraph 3 and you put it together, it flows from paragraph 2 that something took place, and as a result, people that were more qualified didn't get that particular post. But when you look at paragraph 2 is telling you that there is possible criminality here.
Yes.
Paragraph 3 is just something that flows out. That is not so much of a focus because it's other people that didn't get promoted. This is not about other people that didn't get promoted. This is more about criminal conduct in paragraph 2. Possible criminal conduct.
I see where you're going with this, but I would like to draw your attention to the wording. It's paragraph 3 speaks to people being overlooked.
That's correct.
So you understand paragraph 3 to mean that what's contained in paragraph 3 is a consequence of paragraph 2, and that can be because they were overlooked. It's not like they did not get the position as a result of the manipulation of promotional and security vetting. Is that how you say it's a consequence?
Chair, when I look at it, okay, there's an appointment, and this appointment here stands out that there's possible criminal conduct here on what I'm getting out of here. But with the appointment, all these, the appointment, the other people that applied, what the whole thing was about. It's an allegation of a person here being criminality in the appointment of an applicant. So that's why I wouldn't separate the two as 3 from 2. I'll take them all for purposes of the allegation, so that when I look at this and I start to prepare myself, I'm requesting documentation. The documentation that I will request is all the documentation in respect of the post's own isolated. It's HR. But when you put it together with your paragraph 2, it flows from your paragraph 2 because it's not one person. It's other people that applied for the post too as well that you are bringing together now when you conduct your investigation. It means that I'm not going to ask for the appointment particulars of the applicant. I'm going to ask for the whole process, if I'm coming across more clear. When you look at paragraph 3, just alone, if there was no paragraph 2, it's HR.
Can we perhaps then land here? It would appear at first reading to be an HR issue with some elements of criminal conduct. Would that be fair? Or is it absolute both together it's criminal? And I have no particular preference. I just want to have your understanding.
It's for me, paragraph 2 is an allegation of criminality.
Yes. Okay. Then we start with this crime that you say is in paragraph 2. We know where we land because we land in you're submitting an affidavit in support of an application for a warrant of arrest. Now that, Commissioner Baloyi, is in file 6. That's the affidavit that I couldn't find in the hard copy files, but only on my electronic version. It's file 6, please. At page 2373. Yes, Commissioner.
I'm going to say before you start with this document, let me just ask something about
Yes.
that paragraph 2.
Two, 373.
Colonel Padayachee, I'm here.
Sorry, Commissioner.
Yes, before you get to this 2373, let me just clarify something about what you were discussing now with Ms. Sillo.
Sure.
In that paragraph 2 of the A1 statement, what do you say, and I need you to say this and that and that, what do you say is the offense, constitutes a crime in that paragraph 2?
Commissioners, Chair, Commissioners, these unlawful appointments, it's not something uncommon. But what people don't understand, that when you appoint somebody and you give them a gratification, the giving of that appointment or employment and the receiving of that employment amounts to corruption in terms of the Corrupt Activities Act.
Okay, you're moving you're moving too fast. You're wanting to enter a discussion that is still going to happen.
Yes, yes.
We will still get to that topic. I'm looking at paragraph 2, and this is the paragraph and the document that gets you started, right? That's what you've received. So you proceed with your investigation based on what you receive in this paragraph. And I'm asking for you to now engage in an investigation looking at this paragraph 2, and I'm going to point out certain things and see whether is that what you consider to be a crime. So the deponent, Mr. Adams, says that the allegations relate to certain high-ranking police officials being involved in manipulating promotional and security vetting process to unduly benefit a person, a civilian. So I'm trying to find out from you, did you consider the crime to be the undue benefit, 1? 2, it's a crime because they are benefiting a civilian. It's a crime because she had no prior policing experience? Is the crime that she had no management experience? I'm trying to bear it down so that I understand what, in fact, did you consider to be the crime that then results in you applying for the warrant that you're going to be discussing?
Commissioner, when you look at it, you don't just look at it because she's a civilian or anything. I look at it that in the circumstances of what is here, the allegation that a person has been appointed or given an employment with, for a better word, has been appointed irregularly, although the irregularity comes up like HR type of a thing. So you're looking at the appointment for a person from BMW, first of all.
Is that part of the problem? That's hence my question. Is part of the problem that, and you can list the others, I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. Part of the problem that constitutes this offense with other facts is they're appointing someone from an external company.
Yes.
We don't need to mention the name.
Yes. Yes. I think the first thing is that let's start with the starting point. This is crime intelligence. This is a specialized component. It is a component that I have experience in and where I've worked. And it is crime intelligence, and appointing a civilian or a person from the outside crime intelligence let's leave civilian, pointing a person outside crime intelligence into a highly specialized environment. So these are the small flags that, that comes to my notice. So that's the first one that I can explain to you. And when you look at crime...
But you're not saying that is a crime. Are you saying the fact, because remember, I'm still trying to understand what is the crime that gets you started, or the allegation of a crime that gets you started to conduct an investigation. Are you, from what you've said now, are you saying it's a crime that it's an indication of a crime that they have appointed someone from outside?
No.
Okay.
We're just talking about the appointment as a whole, whether it's from outside, whether it's from inside, the unlawful appointment of a person.
Okay, at this point,
that's the point, the unlawful appointment.
Okay, our language is very important. The appointment is not yet set aside as matters stand, right? It's not been declared unlawful yet, the appointment.
When it's an allegation initially that needs to be investigated to determine whether it is indeed unlawful, or is it just from the flow of paragraph 3, somebody here that is reporting something because they are unhappy they were not promoted. So it's an allegation first that needs investigation.
But that in itself is not an offense, that they've appointed someone from outside. In itself, it's not an offense.
No, that wouldn't be an offense, just appointing somebody. It needs your investigation, it's an allegation until you can see. So when I look at the paragraph 2, it's an appointment and it's an allegation which draws my attention to investigate.
Okay. So that's it. That's all that made you think, there's an offense here, possibly an offense.
Yes.
It's that it was an appointment of someone from outside.
It's not, as I said, Commissioner, it's an alleged unlawful appointment. As I say, it doesn't matter whether it's from inside, whether it's from outside. It's an alleged unlawful appointment of a person with no experience.
Okay, thank you.
Just one question. I don't want to go into detail. Do you accept that in this specific case, the advert invited outsiders to apply for the post? So it was not an internal advert limited to people within crime intelligence. So even I could apply for this position.
Chair, Commissioner, at the moment, at that time, I did not have a copy of the advertisement.
Sitting here now, do you accept that the advert invited outsiders to apply for this position?
That it was advertised externally, I got to know when I received the documents, Chair.
So sitting here now, do you accept
sitting
that?
Yes, now, that I confirm that the advert was an external advert.
Sorry. Colonel, you must wait.
Thank you, sir. Sorry.
Don't speak over a commissioner or even Ms. Zillo. We will have serious transcription problems, please.
Understood.
Please repeat it.
Apologies, Chair.
Colonel, it's a simple point. I'm not talking about in 2024, although that's the fact I'm referring to. You are sitting here now giving evidence. Sitting here now, do you accept that the advert that led to the appointment of the brigadier invited outsiders to apply?
That's correct. It's
So-
an advert.
Yes. So if an outsider did apply, limiting ourselves to that question only that it was an outsider who was appointed, there's nothing untoward with that because that was the whole point of the advert, that outsiders are invited to apply for this position.
Yes, Commissioner.
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioners. I had understood, perhaps I'd misunderstood you. I'd thought the sting of paragraph 2 to constitute criminal conduct lies in the act of manipulation. Did you so understand it as well? Or because that's what I thought you had agreed with me about, but from your engagement with the commissioners, it would appear that now perhaps I didn't understand you correctly. So that then, just so we are clear, what did you say is the criminal act in 2? I thought you and I had agreed that it's a manipulation, but you seem to now hold a different view. Just to clarify, what is the criminal act? Remember, avoid or resist the temptation to go forward and claim information you subsequently acquired. As you read it, the words in front of you, in which word of those many lies the criminal conduct?
Chair, Commissioners, I'm going to respond like this.
Yes.
Is that when you look at the allegation and appointment with no experience, etc., remember that this is an allegation and it's a preliminary investigation where you will, initially when you look at it, unlawful appointment, what comes up with an unlawful appointment? An unlawful appointment could be a gratification.
This affidavit, remember we are still here at this affidavit where the allegation is there's been an appointment of an outsider with no police experience, no management experience, at least that you've been told by this affidavit. There's no suggestion. This affidavit doesn't say to you there's gratification. It doesn't. And I would have been surprised if the deponent said that, because then one would have to ask, what more do you know? But as it stands here, it doesn't speak to gratification. And you capture it correctly. You say there's an irregular appointment. That's the allegation. It's an irregular appointment. The irregularity that you are told here is that they manipulated the processes in order to benefit an outside person, unduly benefit, that's the language used. They appointed someone with no policing experience and no management experience. That's what this affidavit tells you. So when you start talking about matters of gratification, and it doesn't come from this affidavit. That's not what Mr. Adams alleges on this affidavit.
And please bear in mind what I engaged you on more than once yesterday, which was you cannot look at an affidavit that does not satisfy the requirements of Section 27. You cannot look at it, find that it does not satisfy the requirements, but go ahead and investigate in any event. And only after investigating, you then establish that there's gratification here, there's that and that and that, and then with reverse reasoning, you rely on that. Now, can you please, with that in mind, you remember me engaging you on that several times? I said, that's not where to start. That's not where to start. Now, with that in mind, can you please respond to Commissioner Baloyi's question?
Commissioner Chair, I'm trying to make logic of it. As a layman, please excuse me on that. I'm a policeman, I'm an investigator. An allegation is made. We have the section 7(1)(a). We have, apologies, I have to go there. It is authorized, the investigation, and I cannot speak from management what they utilized to authorize this investigation, but it is down on my level, that has come down on my level with regards to this allegation. So when I look at this affidavit and I read at this allegation, and in terms of my preliminary investigation, there's a serious allegation here that is made where processes, we use the word manipulated or whatever. So I start my investigation from there. I'm not looking for any word of civilian or anything else. I'm talking about basic as I'm trying to explain myself as a layman, and I cannot take it any further except what I say here. A person was appointed, processes were manipulated, the person had no experience. That is my start to go out there and look at it and confirm it with further investigation. Chair, Commissioner, I can take it no further than what I've said there.
In how you've described it, just how you've captured it now,
Chair.
that seems a typical HR matter that the Public Service Commission would deal with. If you had taken this affidavit